excuse me. Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes seem not to be on the same page when it comes to cornerback. Dan Campbell said that they may still be looking actively to add another corner, maybe free agency, maybe in the draft. Brad Heezy, for Sheezy. My Malibu's most wanted voice is saying that they don't have a need at corner. So, now could this be some overplay for the underplay? Now, I spoke on this Wednesday. What the hell is today? Tuesday. I spoke on it Tuesday because today, Wednesday, I was shooting this video. And they really was trying to bare minimum fill the number 2 cornerback slot next to Cam Sutton with Amick Robertson. That was wild to me, bro. That was wild. That may be live stream worthy. They really thought that it was a huge upgrade to go with Cam Sutton and Amick Robertson as they two starting corners. Right? I would have to been under the belief that they not that dumb. They still the Lions. You know, Brad looking pretty good, but they still the Lions. You know? And I have to be under the impression that if they did go with Amick and Cam at corner before all this happened, right, that they were going to draft the corner as well, too, right? They had to. Because Dan Campbell said, and I hate to kind of take the subject matter off the rocker, but it all go hand in hand. And you wonder, oh man, why you brush your beard? It's for the brothers to pull the loose hair out the beard so you won't get a hair bump. I don't even know I got a hair bump all the way up here, but you know what? I had a stomach flu last week, so I was drinking ginger ale. I can't drink pop. I started breaking out. But man, I need to settle my stomach because they got me together. But I don't even want to talk about the place that did it to me. Pause. But yeah, and Dan Campbell, I think it was Dan Campbell was saying that, oh man, we thought, it was him, that Amick wasn't going to come once we traded for Carlton Davis. Hold on, Ninja. Hold on. So y'all was going to go with Cam and Amick at corner. Oh, I don't understand the Lions' lack of respect for cornerbacks. Just think about all the corners the Lions have had in the last 23 years. It really ain't been no great ones outside of what's the kid? Darius Slay. Dre Bly was he wasn't a cast off. He was just a guy from the Rams. He was solid. Chris Houston was average. You go back to Aaron Berry, Bill Bentley, Alex Carter, bums. They historically have not gave a goddamn about the cornerback position. Bums. Going back when Brandon Marshall, who was the other tall receiver that played with Brandon Marshall in Chicago? And them dudes was just like, our corners couldn't turn their heads around to find with a ball. Our corners been shitty for years. Outside of Slay, and I'm trying to think who else been corner out here. They've been shitty for years. Years they couldn't turn their head around and play the ball. Pause. But they really was gonna run with that. And this regime is seen to be allergic defensively to guys who can run. I keep pointing that out. Don't nobody on the defense that's probably gonna start run a 4-3 or better. None of them. Amick Robertson is a 5'8" corner. 5'9" who run a 4-4. Carlton Davis run a 4-4-5, and that's when they was coming into the league. So you imagine what the hell they're running now. They don't have nobody who can run. I'm the only person that talks about it. Aiden Hutchinson is the really only elite athlete they got, and maybe James Houston. They are very, the safeties are really athletic too. I'll get that to them. They are really an unathletic defense. And when you look at them offensively, they are way more athletic offensively, especially when you kick in Penei Sewell, you throw in the tight ends, Zelstra coming back, Laporta, throw in St. Brown, you throw in J-Mo, throw in Khalif Raymond. They have guys who are explosive. Defensively, they ain't no explosive. You know, they Dr. Dre, nothing explosive. But back to the topic at hand in the video off, I think what Brad Holmes is doing is hiding his hand. You don't tell people what you want to do, especially you picking 29. So now, if he come out and say, well, we need a corner, then guess what? Then Kool-Aid McKissin, then the kid from Toledo, and now that you are a threat, you think if you were a threat in the division, let's keep it funky. You think if you was a threat in the division, Green Bay would have traded and allowed you to get Brian Branch if they really believe that the Lions was going to be any good? They definitely wouldn't have done that. Listen to me. They definitely wouldn't have done that. Just being real with you. They definitely wouldn't have done that. So they're going to make it harder for the Lions to maneuver around the draft because they're a real threat now. So you want to play everything close to the vest. Even if he ain't thinking about taking a corner to the second, third, fourth, fifth round, whatever it may be, you don't want to show people your hand. So do I think they done that corner? Absolutely not. Dan Campbell just let the cat out the bag, and that's a conversation they're going to have. Their cornerback, they need a cornerback. They need another guy. Now, I think he closed the door on getting Stephon Gilmore. I think he get to close the door getting on Xavier Howard. I don't think he's going to splurge any more money in that department. I think they're at the point of probably working on paying Goff, working on paying St. Brown, then worrying about paying Penei Sewell and guys like that. I think then you start to worry about that aspect of it. That's where they're at right now. So I do think in the draft corner is a need. I know a lot of people like the kid out of Michigan State that went to Florida State, Keon Coleman. Big physical receiver, taller guy. I think he ran a 4.45. So as big as he is, that's cool. But I think if you really, looking at some of the guys down there, man, it could get interesting. I don't really know what's 100%, 50% going on in the draft. To be honest, like I just ain't covered it. It's really, unless you get the footage, I don't care. I know a couple of guys like Keon Coleman. Know a little bit about Kool-Aid McKissin, Nate Wiggins. I mean, obviously the cats that went to Michigan, J.J. McCarthy. I know about the quarterbacks very well. So we'll see what happens and what goes down. But obviously I think Brad Holmes is hiding his hand. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link tree. You can find me on X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Well, that's X, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.